I'm Brent Leary.
I'm Paul Greenberg.
We are the CRM Playaz, and we survived IRL 26.
Our new T-shirt.
Well, I don't know if you saw this, but I posted a picture of you with a T-shirt on.
Oh, I know. You weren't the only one who posted it. And I saw the photographer taking it, too, and I started laughing when she took it, and she saw me laughing.
That was perfect timing on her part.
Her timing was ideal.
All right, so this is not Thursday at 3. Don't get worried. It is just I think this is our very first watch party of the year, actually. I think so. I don't think we did any. I don't think we did anything before.
No, holy cow!
And this is like the biggie, because remember, like 3 or 4 years ago, we didn't even pay attention to this.
No.
And then all of a sudden, everybody's paying attention to it. You can't get away from Nvidia right now.
And we know that PPN and CRM Playaz is growing because we're powered by the same platform they are.
Yeah, how about that? Last week we did IRL 26, and our virtual experience for that was powered by Kaltura. It kind of sounds like it sounds powerful, like Kaltura. You know, it makes you feel strong. You know, all that kind of stuff.
That's right. Powered by Kaltura.
No, you gotta say it like this, Kaltura. You know, you gotta kind of put some gravel in the voice.
Oh, we get Anand to do it.
Yeah. He has the dulcet tones.
That's right.
I'm going with gravel.
Yeah, Golden Smog.
The Golden Smog.
That was your best nickname he has, is your nickname for him.
You know what? I was thinking last week as we were going through the agenda of the event, I have given out a lot of nicknames.
Yes, you have.
I mean, I don't know if people necessarily like them, but I don't know. I don't know why.
I'd say, actually, Cowboy is a great nickname for Brian. Golden Smog for Anand is a great nickname for Anand.
The smoothest man in CRM. Yeah. I like that. I don't know. I should be getting some kind of royalties now that I think about it.
Theoretically, you might have been the one who did Godfather of CRM for me, too.
I really don't remember how that all,
I don't either.
The origin story is lost. We got to get Jeff Gomez to see if he could find that.
Yeah, but somewhere in the multiverse.
Anyway, yes, we are still feeling pretty good about what happened last week at IRL 26. And just to kind of relive it a little bit, what we're going to do for our regular show this Thursday at 3 Eastern is since we're both sports nuts, so we're going to do the post game. Although the post game is like a week later,
Long game. We're playing the long game.
We're playing the long game. So yeah, what we like to do is, first of all, just thank everybody that was a part of last week. So many people to thank, we can't thank them all right now. But what we want to do is maybe during the course of the show Thursday, kind of bring in and out folks who were there and who might want to share their experiences and what they thought, and just kind of see what people think about it.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty damn fun, I have to say. I mean, you and I probably had the least fun right, of everybody there, because we're running around making sure everyone else was having fun, right? So and enjoying their experience and so on. And I ultimately walked 9,200 steps inside the building.
That's got to be a record.
No, I think, remember when I spoke, you had that video guy on I think it was your 2012 event.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
That guy was a friend of yours.
Yeah.
He estimated I walked 4 miles on the stage.
Yeah, you did pace.
I never stopped pacing that day. And he actually, his estimate, and he was like tracking it somewhat, said it was roughly 4 miles.
I can believe it. We
lost our upper right logo.
Oh, no, we didn't lose it. It's here.
Oh, okay.
It's just sleeping. All right, there it is.
There it is.
So yeah, so that'll be this Thursday. Once we get past this watch party, I'll post it, and then. Yeah. But yeah, it'd be cool to have people that were there just to share their thoughts about last week, a minute or two, and then just kind of have a revolving door of people coming through and sharing their experiences. I
Both
think that's
the IRL experience and the virtual experience.
absolutely. Well, and here's somebody that can actually share the IRL experience because he was there and he was working it. He was doing the show. He was doing the crunch with his co-host Rebecca Wedeman, and he was talking to, I'm going to get his name right, Bob Fernikes.
Yeah,
I nailed it. He is. I like to call him DJ Wiz, but he's also known as Dave Smith.
What's up?
How you feeling? Was it a good trip back home?
It was good. Uneventful trip. We're having some great weather here in the Bay Area. It is nice and hot, but good hot.
That sounds like he's bragging because I just woke up to tornado warnings this morning. So
Wow.
we're in the middle of them right now. Actually, we just passed through round 2 of a really bad period of heavy
wow.
rain, and round 3 is this may be the end of it though. We'll see.
Oh, that's no bueno.
We're tornado watch right now.
yeah, luckily, we made it through. We didn't have any warnings, so I was glad about that.
I know.
So I'm just,
IRL was a blast, though, guys. IRL was a blast. Had so much fun.
and thank you for being a part of it for 2 years in a row.
Yes, I'm an alumni now. This is awesome.
Got graduate status over here.
Exactly. Yeah. What does that get me, though? What does that get me now?
Get you entry into
Free coffee or something?
entry into the master's program.
A hearty handshake and
Hearty handshake.
A hearty howdy do.
And attaboy.
Yeah, big attaboy. It really was fun. I mean, it was nice to see people. It was actually one of the things, and we'll talk more about Thursday. I'm following Steve Gilmore's dictum of hold it for the show, right? But that's what Steve would always do. And Brent and I would be talking just off the cuff right before a show. He said, "Oh, wait, don't say that until the show's on. Hold it for the show."
Hold it for the show.
Right. But the staff was involved too. The actual staff, not just serving the ATV, but they were part of the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not just our team, but I'm talking about the ATV actual staff, like Justin, who's doing the coffee, and Sika, who was doing and Keith, who were kind of doing security and management coordination and stuff like that.
It took a village for sure. In the Atlanta Tech Village. Indeed.
I was getting ready to say it really did take a village.
Took a village.
Yeah.
ATV, thank you.
Yep. So
they're great. They're great.
We're just keeping an eye on the making sure we don't miss anything when Jensen Huang takes the stage at GTC. You know what? I never knew what GTC stood for.
Do you know now?
Don't put me on the spot. I don't know.
I know it if I hear it. It had something to do with I literally looked it up and now it just went one out in one ear out the other. But it's something to do with like the chips. Like, oh man. I hate that. Oh well. Maybe he'll mention it. Or maybe somebody could ask ChatGPT real quick.
I'm doing it with Claude right now.
There you go. Come on, Claude.
So, Dave, where are you off to next?
What is next? I think next may be, I got a Zoom event at the end of this month, Zoom Perspective Analyst event. So that should be interesting.
Okay, cool. Where are they holding that one?
Half Moon Bay at the Ritz-Carlton.
That's good.
Very ritzy. Very
yes.
ritzy.
That's a good one. We go there whenever we go to Ray Wong's CCE event. Yeah.
Constellation, exactly. Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever been there at this time of year, though.
No, actually, I'm guessing it's pretty chilly, actually.
Yeah, but by the water is always chilly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I live in San Mateo, the peninsula, and, not far from the water, and it gets chilly.
I used to go out there for NetSuite. Their headquarters were in San Mateo.
Yeah.
Oh, and so wasn't Siebel out there too?
Yeah, they actually were, and they moved. I think eventually they moved further inward, but I can't remember where. I still can't figure out San Francisco area geography. I don't get it. I literally have no clue where anything is.
Yeah, I know, because with the past Super Bowl, people were saying, San Francisco is so boring. I'm like, you were literally not in San Francisco. You were in Santa Clara.
You weren't even close.
Yeah, weren't even close. You were not in
Okay,
the
so
city.
GTC stands for, it's actually a terrible name. It stands for GPU Technology
That's
Conference.
GP.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
think about it. It's like it's an
Yeah.
acronym within an acronym.
Yeah, because GPU is an acronym in itself.
Yeah,
They should
that's
workshop that
really
a
a
little
bad
more.
name.
Yeah,
An
they should
acronym.
workshop that.
Back when they started doing this, nobody really cared. Now they're the biggest company in the world. Now everybody cares about it. So,
Yeah, nested. That's like nested Russian dolls. Nested acronym.
well, at least it wasn't Klingon.
That was good, man.
That was
I
pretty
got to
good.
give Sven credit, man.
Yeah,
I would have if he had said it in the proper Klingon tones, I would have
Yeah.
probably got it. But I'd never seen it written ever.
I mean, are
I
you
know-
sure
I mean,
you got it right?
I've heard. No, it was Klingon once. In fact, Kim Rametto pronounced it for me later.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, she has the whole part down.
Wow.
And the part.
Yeah, we get it.
No, I've heard Klingon a lot, but
Really?
I've never seen it written.
I guess I'm not as big a geek as
Well, I mean, if
I
you're
never
a
thought I
fan of the
was.
series, if you're a
Yeah.
fan of the series, you know it.
I wasn't really a big Trekkie. I'm sorry.
I see. I was.
Except for Uhuru. I definitely like me some Uhuru.
Well, who didn't?
Lieutenant
Right?
Uhuru.
When you're 14 years old,
I was a little kid, man.
you're hormonal, right? That's it. But both Star Trek and Star Wars, man, I love them both.
Yeah, Captain Kirk loved him some Uhuru too, if I recall.
You know what? I watched the very first episode of Star Trek when it came on for the very first time, and got hooked from then on. Wasn't on very long though, a couple of years, I think.
Mm.
All in all,
We must be getting really close to game time here.
yeah, like within a minute theoretically.
See if they're going
He's coming straight out from what it seems.
what, out of Compton?
Yeah.
Straight,
Whoa.
straight out of Compton.
That would be some entry if he did.
Yeah. Right.
All right, we'll just keep our eye on it and see what happens. I remember last year, I guess it was about this time, maybe a little later. Remember, this was going on at the exact same time as Adobe Digital Summit. I think Adobe realized it's probably not a good thing to have your big event.
Yeah.
And this is going on.
I remember SAP years ago made a pivot in 2015, actually, made this pivot to, because CRM was then announced as the world's largest business technology. So they decided to pivot to CRM. And I was in the SAP offices on advisory day. And I'll never forget this. It's like SAP, I said, when are you going to announce it? And they named the dates. And I said, that's in the middle of Dreamforce. I said, you crazy? And they go, they said, no, it's SAP. We're SAP. I said, look, and this, it must have been 2011 because I said, look, President Obama. That's why I know it's probably around 2011. President Obama doesn't even announce presidential appointments during Dreamforce. Why do you think anyone's going to listen to you at all? I said, we're SAP. I said, don't say I didn't warn you. And of course, no one paid any attention to it whatsoever.
Oh yeah.
Again, they had a good thing going and they stepped on their own foot again. Or as I used to say, it's not that you shoot yourself in the foot. First you put your foot in your mouth, then you shoot yourself in the foot.
I mean, you would change the State of the Union time and day if Dreamforce was all there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
We set our schedule around Dreamforce. Yeah.
Work around it. There's no way in hell you're going to outgun it.
Exactly.
What's the status of Dreamforce now? Is it doesn't have the same luster because Nvidia just swamped everybody, but
well, that's that, and it's also it's super familiar, right? I mean, Dreamforce back then was kind of semi-romantic. It was all exciting, and everything was changing changing up every year. Now it's just the conference, right? It's not that it's not a big event. It really is, and
oh yeah,
but it just doesn't have the same luster only because. When you're there 20, 25 years or 15, 20 years, it's just become part of the landscape at a certain point.
Yeah.
Dreamforce has been a gigantic commodity basically for a few years.
Did they decide against changing the name to Agent Force.
I sounds like as far as I know, it's still going to be Dreamforce in the fall.
Yeah,
I hope they didn't change.
I'll tell you though,
exactly.
I'm with you. Keep it Dreamforce.
All
The
right.
Oracle's already had 3 changes in like 5 years.
Yeah, it hasn't been all that long ago. It was what was it, Open World first,
Yeah,
Right,
open
then
world.
Cloud
Yeah,
then
World.
Cloud World. It was only Cloud World for like a year or two,
Yeah, a couple years, I think.
and
And
I
then
then
now
remember
AI
the
World.
famous one when Ellison, remember, skipped his keynote to
Yeah.
go to the race.
Yep.
I mean
America's Cup yacht winning.
that shows you got some serious. I'll just say chutzpah.
Oh yeah, but the thing is, everyone knew the night before he was going to show up. Everyone knew, and so it was like not even a big surprise. It was like,
Yeah, that took some stuff to do that.
oh yeah,
You know what? He's an incredible visionary guy, but he is who he is too.
Well, he also didn't he kick Benioff out from doing a keynote one year.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. In that pavilion like area, not pavilion,
Yeah,
that adjacent area where you could go.
and then within like a couple hours, Salesforce had got a venue.
Well, no, don't remember they had picketed too. They were picketing. They ended up picketing, and then they called a counter press conference or an analyst conference, and all at the what's that restaurant called? It's at the W. And all the analysts went there, including me.
Yeah, we did. I mean, I remember going there too.
Yeah, we all went there, remember? And not to what Larry was doing.
oh man,
That was such a flex that Mark did that.
Oh, it was genius, man, what he did. I have to say, given he outmaneuvered Larry on that one. Holy crap. That was Mark. My political self tipped my hat to what he did there, man. It's a work of art, the way he handled it. I have to say, it was absolute brilliant at every level.
I'm just checking because they're running a little late. It looks like they're showing this keynote on 1, 2. Wait a minute, what is that? It looks like there's at least. Well, there's other people like us, but it looks like Nvidia has at least one. Must only be one because there's so many. Oh, there we are. We're actually there too. We're just waiting like everybody else apparently.
Where are you looking?
Well, I just did a search on YouTube for Nvidia GTC 2026.
Oh, okay.
The main one looks like it's got 22,000 people watching.
So listen to this. Barron's way of describing it is Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang is about to take the stage. This event is the company's best opportunity to change Wall Street's mind.
Yeah, there's that. Oh, about the AI. It's not called the SaaSpocalypse, but it's just the AI kind of hangover. Like the last 3 quarters, they've blown out their earnings and their stock has sunk. And everybody has been blowing out their earnings, but their stock is sinking because the overhang is all of these 7 companies basically shipping money back and forth to each other, but it doesn't seem to be going out anywhere, and nobody else seems to be doing it, making any actual profit off of their AI investments. So it just looks like it's a bunch of like a circular firing side. Amazon gives 50 billion to OpenAI. OpenAI takes that money and gives it to Nvidia for chips. Nvidia takes that, and so it doesn't seem to be escaping outside of these 7 companies. Nobody else
have companies like companies like Meta trying to like lessen their dependence on Nvidia. Acquiring a chip company themselves. So there's a lot of interesting back and forth going on in the industry.
How's all this impact AMD?
AMD is a distant second. I guess I better clarify. I have stock in both these companies, so I want them both to do good. Yeah.
The full disclosure.
Yeah. And Broadcom. Those are my 3 chip stock companies. But they all are up over the last year, a couple of years,
Yeah.
but I think it's like Nvidia hasn't really gained any ground in about 6 months or so.
The rate of the rate is down.
Yeah, to like zero.
Yeah.
But actually, everything at the moment is because there's so much uncertainty around all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I think until somebody outside of those magnificent seven and the infrastructure company, somebody outside of that has to show they've made some money off of their AI investment before it'll really take off again.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it'll happen, but
They are running seriously late.
yeah, I know.
I know. They're in my backyard. I could have ran down to San Jose and
Have you ever been to GTC?
I have not. No. It's funny. And to your point earlier, Nvidia, all the hardware and the chip stuff wasn't on my radar years ago. So it's funny how we all become overnight AI experts, right? And so now I'm all about the chips and stuff and the GPUs.
Yeah,
They were always on my radar only for the GPUs that I was using in my
you are a gamer, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Nvidia, and as I'm finding out though, they're the best. They're still the best GPUs, even better than AMD's versions.
Yeah.
Although AMD's entire ecosystem is considerably better than Intel's.
Well, AMD was the one that was like in between because they made CPUs and they made GPUs.
Yeah, and their ecosystem is finding is insanely reliable.
Yeah.
But they've been
Intel and Nvidia's kind of joint.
Yeah, but they've always been seen as like the number two in each of those things.
Yeah, it's okay though. I mean, from my standpoint, like when my system started having issues with the motherboard and CPU, which were Intel issues, not GPU issues, my 4090 worked fine. But I decided for the first time, because I've always been an Intel guy, to go to AMD, and it's rock solid, stable, and my Nvidia GPU works well with it. Although I didn't realize that this doesn't work the same way with RAM. Intel, they optimize RAM for either Intel or AMD, and if you get it'll work, but it deteriorates really quickly if you have the wrong one optimized. So I had problems with that. But the one thing that has been absolutely stable throughout the whole thing has been the GPU itself.
Yeah,
and it's a really powerful device.
So while we're waiting, why don't we go around the horn, so to speak, and see if anything each of us are looking for anything in particular from this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking that the obvious is, some inference, focused hardware announcements. This is what I'm waiting to hear, from them.
Well, they bought Grok, right? Or I don't. How do you say that?
Grok.
Yeah, is it Grok? I don't know.
Yeah,
Gronk.
Grok.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding, man.
New chips is leveraging that technology. Yeah.
And that was a $20 billion purchase, wasn't it? I think it was $20 billion.
Yeah, forget the cost. Yeah.
Grok cost them 20. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was. I think it was 20 billion.
Wow. I mean, Grok's got a huge community around it. Which is interesting. It's mentioned. It's funny. It's not sitting in the same universes with, say, OpenAI or anything else, but it's being used by a lot of people nonstop and constantly. Comes up in conversations as opposed to in marketing.
Well, yeah, because it's built for inference and it's cheaper for so you're not spending all that money on those. What do they call those? I forget the name of the Nvidia chips that are the big Berkeley's.
Blackwell.
Yeah, the Blackwell, and there's a lady name to it too. I forget the lady's name. But anyway, those are the expensive chips that are meant for like training. And inference, I forget what company that besides Grok that really was starting to eat into Nvidia because people didn't want to spend the money on the training. They wanted just to do inference, and they got these chips that are cheaper, and they are built especially for that kind of stuff. They can't take on these huge amounts of data to train, but they're perfect for doing the inference stuff.
Yeah, exactly, and especially as you move from these sort of the massive models, sort of smaller, more focused models, the inference is going to sort of be that kinetic engine, for faster, for speed. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I am too. And look, ultimately, I'm at the stage with Nvidia, which is every single time Jensen comes on, he announces something down the road. Um, I'm kind of at the stage where, okay, that's great, and it's always sort of impressive what he's announcing they're going to be doing. But it's time to also show, it's time to also show what you did is working.
Yeah,
At
yeah,
the same time, I don't have. It's interesting as much as all this is going on. I every now and then I'll hear powered by Nvidia case study or use case of substance, but the commitments he's been making over the years, or over the last 3 or 4 years, I should say, um, are enormous. And
yeah,
I've heard nothing about, okay, well, here's what we said 2 years ago. Here's where we're at now.
yeah, yeah,
He keeps being forward thinking, which not opposed to, but I'd like to hear, okay, here's actual outcomes and results that we've actually had, as opposed to here's what we're doing next. We already did that. Here's what we're doing next.
Well, I would love to see like there's some of their partnerships, like the service now. What's like you were saying? What can you show us? What between the joint operation between ServiceNow and Nvidia?
Yep.
Let's see
yeah,
something now. Let's
Right.
see like you give us a use case that's coming up that because I think they got to talk to not just the general audience, but they really got to talk to these financial analyst type of people if they really want the market to take notice of all the stuff they're doing. Because people are just waiting for, okay, this sounds like you, Paul. It sounds great. Oh, it's great forward looking, but when is it going to make somebody money?
Well, it's sort of the translation now. It's from use cases to case studies.
yeah,
Right. It's time to show the case studies. Meaning let's see actual outcomes. Tell us
yeah,
about them. Bring
yeah,
bring the partners on to talk about results that they've been getting. I love what he commits to, and they really like appeal to the fact that I've loved science fiction from the day I was born almost, but I really like to make it more science than fiction. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
at the moment, to me, it's he's promised quite a bit, and I don't doubt he's actually physically produced the hardware that he promises. But so what? It has to be something that's been done, and I think it's at the point now where he needs to present that. I don't know if he will. I'd like
Yeah.
to see it though.
Well, let's
Yeah,
put it
well,
like
yeah.
this: if he doesn't present that, what do you think that says? What does that tell you?
It goes back to your circular circular money making problems, right?
Yeah.
Keep committing to things that don't have
Oh,
results.
we got
Ooh,
liftoff.
We got
scan there for
barcode.
live
Got
caption.
barcode.
I'm gonna scan it.
Marco Polo.
Let me
Yeah.
see if I can get it before he goes.
Yeah. So to your point, I think that we'll definitely hear some noise about pushing new agentic workflows. So that's what I'm thinking. He'll go and try to your point, Paul. Hopefully, put some use cases together to bring it home.
Fingers crossed on this,
Yeah.
man.
By the way, how's the weather there, Paul?
Well, unfortunately I'm in a room that has no light other than artificial, so I don't know. Um, I don't think I think we've passed through the worst of this round, and there's one more bad round that's going to occur sometime while we're doing this.
No, okay.
This is how intelligence is made.
Almost sounds like Prince intro.
Generator of
Not quite, but oh, you remember the gold experience where he had that lady in the front.
Oh yeah.
into knowledge
It's cool. It's cool graphics.
we have learned.
Well, they always have the cool graphics.
Yeah.
Tokens
Oh yeah.
are harnessing a new wave of clean energy. And unlocking the secrets.
Oh, here we go.
General Atomics.
in virtual worlds.
Fusion power. That was.
Oh, was it? I didn't see that.
Physical
That's
world.
what it said. National Fusion Laboratory.
Forging new paths.
Man, they have such beautiful, crisp-looking graphics.
Oh man. Oh yeah.
This is
I
all
think between
robotic.
them and Adobe, they're the best graphics. Obviously, they.
Look at this, all robotics. Well, they can power any level of graphics imaginable.
Never stop.
Oh, we saw that last year. Remember that
Yeah.
game with the car?
Yeah.
I actually really like this robotics thing I'm seeing.
I want to see if it looks more human. It moves more like humans now.
Yeah.
Oh, did you watch that famous dance video with the robots? It comes out of Japan. You should out of China. You should watch it. It's the most. I thought it was humans in disguise, but it wasn't. It was 100% robots doing coordinated dance moves, including flips, and they looked human. They acted, it looked like a robot, but it was human fluidity.
Wow.
You know, I took a picture of that QR code.
Yeah.
I looked on my phone, and it's actually it. Is this transcribing what's being said? Because it really looks like it in real
really?
time. Yeah.
Huh.
Or it's in sync with the video. Like,
Well, no, I'm assuming it is. That's what they said. It's just to give it closed captions for what's going on.
yeah.
What's not, so you realize like every one of these is a case study that they're
Yeah.
showing. Every single thing. So they have about 40 of them already.
Yeah. So then they talk about some AI factory stuff here.
Well, last year it was all about physical AI.
Yeah.
They got to go to the next progression of that, I would assume.
Right. Right.
And here is where it all begins.
I wonder if they'll show pictures of Starfleet Academy.
Seems like I remember seeing a lot of this last year too.
Not so much the robotic stuff, but some of this other stuff for sure.
No, yeah, that other stuff.
Yeah. Whoa, look at how dramatic that is.
Look how
Oh, yeah.
big that screen.
I know, it was so dramatic too.
Wow.
We did it. That was production.
I wonder how many pairs of that outfit he has.
He could peel this one off and there'd be another one on underneath.
This is a tech conference. All these people lining up so early in the morning. All of you in here, it's great to see you. GTC. GTC, we're going to talk about technology. We're going to talk about platforms. NVIDIA has 3 platforms. You think that we mostly talk about...
Did you see Ray's picture with Jensen earlier today?
Our
No.
Oh, I didn't see
is
that.
another platform. And now we have a new platform called AI Factories. We're going to talk about all of them.
It's Clone
And most
4.
importantly, we're going to talk about ecosystems. But before I start,
AI factories. There he goes.
let me thank our pre-game show hosts. I thought they did a great job.
I don't know any of them.
Conviction,
I think the one on the left is a big influencer.
Sequoia Capital, NVIDIA's
Sarah
first
Guo.
venture capitalist.
Yeah, they said she was an investor. And
NVIDIA's first.
She's an influencer though.
institutional
yeah, well, yeah, that.
These 3 people are deep in technology, deep in what's going on, and of course, they have just a really broad reach of technology ecosystem. And then, of course,
He keeps
all of the
himself fit and
VIPs
trim.
that I hand selected to join us today, all-star team. I want to thank all of you for that.
There's Michael Dell's the only one I
I
recognize.
also want to thank all the companies that are here.
Damn, look at all those
Wow.
logos.
That's a lot of logos. A lot of logos.
We have technology, we have our platforms, we have rich ecosystem. And today, there are probably 100% of the $100
Oh, yeah,
billion
this-
of industry.
This is
here.
it started an app called
450
CaptionHub.com.
sponsored this event. I want to thank you.
Take note, Brent. Kaltura first, we'll adopt Caption Hub next.
This conference is going to cover every single layer of the 5-layer cake of artificial intelligence.
Layer cake?
From land-powered
Uh-oh.
Alan Treffler?
Lawsuit coming.
the models, and of course, the most important, and ultimately, what's going to get this industry taken off is all of the applications.
He's saving the SaaS world.
It all began here.
No more Saspocalypse.
Yeah.
Sasmageddon.
Of CUDA. We've been working on CUDA for 20 years.
That's really one of their saving graces, that
For
CUDA
20 years, we've been
ecosystem and
dedicated to
community.
this architecture.
Yeah.
This revolutionary invention, SIMT, single instruction, multi-threaded, writing scalar code could spawn off into multi-threaded application, much easier to program than SIMD. We recently added tiles so that we could help people program tensor cores and the structures of mathematics that are so foundational to artificial intelligence.
That'd be
today.
funny if Larry Ellison was out there
Thousands of
geeking out to this.
compilers and frameworks.
He loves this
libraries,
stuff.
I know.
in open source.
He'll literally diagnose CUDA.
Public projects. CUDA literally
Barracuda.
integrated into every
That's
system.
Laracuda.
This chart basically describes 100% of NVIDIA's strategies. You've been watching me talk about this slide from the very beginning. And ultimately, the single hardest thing to achieve is the thing on the bottom, installed base. It has taken us 20 years to now have built up hundreds of millions of GPUs and computing systems around the world that run CUDA. We are in every cloud. We're in every computer company. We serve just about every single industry. The install base of CUDA is the reason why the flywheel is.
Yep, that's exactly right.
The install base is what attracts developers, who then creates new algorithms that achieves a breakthrough. For example, deep learning. There are so many others. Those breakthroughs leads to entirely new markets, which builds new ecosystems around them with other companies that join, which creates a larger install base. This flywheel is now accelerating. The number of downloads of NVIDIA libraries is incredibly accelerating. It's at a very large scale and growing faster than ever. This flywheel is what makes this computing platform able to sustain so much applications, so many new breakthroughs, but most importantly, it also enables these infrastructures to have extraordinarily useful life. And the reason for that is very obvious. There's so many applications that you can run on NVIDIA CUDA. We support every single phase of the AI.
He seems a little
We address every
more
single
chill than he did last
platform.
year when he was
We
presenting.
accelerate scientific principle solvers of all different kinds. And so the application reach is so great that once you install NVIDIA GPUs, the useful life of it is incredibly high. It is also one of the reasons why Ampere, that we shipped them some 6 years ago, the pricing of Ampere in the cloud is going up. And so all of that is made possible.
Is that a good thing?
Because the install base is high, the flywheel is high, the developer reach is great. And when all of that happens, and we continuously update our software, the computing cost declines. The combination of accelerated computing, speeding up applications tremendously. Meanwhile, as we continue to nurture and continue to update software over its life, not only do you get the first time pop, you get the continuous cost reduction of accelerated computing over time. And we're willing to nurture, willing to support every single one of these GPUs in the world because they're all architecturally compatible. We're willing to do so because the install base is so large that when we release a new optimization, it benefits millions. This applies to everybody in the world. This combination of dynamics is what makes the NVIDIA architecture expand its reach, accelerating its growth, at the same time driving down computing costs, which
I want to just keep track of their stock price to see if anything happens as he
our journey
talking,
yeah.
25 years ago.
Oh my, I had that.
There you go, Paul. Yeah.
That was this one was my first big gaming one though.
Yeah.
The 2080 Ti.
I don't know how many of you grew up with
Gave that away about 2 years ago to someone.
GeForce is NVIDIA's
That's
greatest
what I have now.
Wow, their stock is up
future customers.
almost 3%
Long
right now.
before you could afford to pay for it yourself. Your parents paid. Your parents paid. Your parents paid for you to be NVIDIA customers. And every single year, they paid up year after year after year until someday you became an amazing computer scientist and became a proper customer, a proper developer. But this is the house that GeForce made. 25 years ago, we started our journey, which led to CUDA. 25 years ago, we invented the programmable shader. A
The
perfect,
programmable shader.
Yeah.
obvious invention to
I
make
remember those because that's with gaming,
the world's first
gaming graphics.
accelerator, the pixel shader. 25 years ago, that
Takes
led
a lot of power to do it too.
further. 20 years later, 5 years later, the invention of CUDA. One of the biggest investments that we made, and we couldn't afford it at the time. And it consumed the vast majority of our company's profits, was to take CUDA on the backs of GeForce to every single computer. We dedicated ourselves to create this platform because we felt so strongly about its potential. But ultimately, the company's dedication to it, despite the hardships in the beginning, believing it every single day for 13 generations of 20 years, we now have CUDA installed everywhere. The pixel shader.
CUDA is kind of what powers them. That's the
revolution.
foundational infrastructure. That's
And then 10 years ago,
responsible for the whole AI boom, actually.
about 10 years ago,
Yeah.
8 years ago, we introduced RTX, a complete redesign of our architecture for the modern era of computer graphics. GeForce brought CUDA to the world. GeForce, therefore, enabled Alex Krizhevsky and Ilya Sutskever and Jeff Hinton, Andrew Ng, and so many others to discover that the GPU could be their friend in accelerating deep learning. It started the big bang of AI. 10 years ago, we decided that we would fuse programmable shading and introduce two new ideas. Ray tracing, hardware ray tracing, which is a
Talking to gaming now pretty heavily.
new idea at the time.
I guess he's going over their foundation.
We thought that AI would revolutionize computer
Well,
graphics.
right now in the current gaming universe with Nvidia, they have what's called DLSS,
AI is now going to go
which
back
is, I think, deep learning shading sampler.
together.
What it does is it literally goes in, it literally in real time is looking at everything going on with your graphics work and then upscaling it by pixel, basically, and that ounce of speed. And in fact, because it optimizes it, it increases the frames per second rate if you use it. And they're on DLSS4.
Wow, look at these graphics.
Look at the demo. That's the difference. I just showed you there.
Resident Evil.
I use DLSS5 in mine.
Yeah.
Wow, it looks so much more realistic.
Yeah. Again, that's all deep learning, working in real time.
Wow.
Yeah, this is my domain here.
Hogwarts. Damn, that really
Well,
does
yeah,
do
but that
something.
is the best example of the shading difference. That one right
Yeah.
there. Watch the face.
I guess this one's going to be really good too.
Watch
Oh
the
my
light.
God, that looks like a real person.
You're watching
that's
the
crazy.
lighting. It's all on the lighting.
Yeah.
Watch.
But they all look so much
Yeah.
realer.
Brighter and clearer. Yeah, absolutely.
Every single pixel is being updated. Or what
Oh
it
my
does.
God, that looks like an absolute person right there. Not him, but
Yeah.
he does.
We play a lot of sports games here, like NBA 2K. I can't wait for
Yeah,
that to show up.
that was amazing.
Well, see, be a gamer. That wouldn't even be that amazing.
Now, what did we do? We fused
That-
controllable 3D graphics, the ground truth of
So
virtual
what they do is they actually lower the frame resolution, then they relook at it, and then they upscale it in real time. And then that, which optimizes it, increases the rate and improves the visual quality. Frame rate and improves the visual quality. Believe me, I use it for Diablo 4 all the time. It's on DLSS. I think
highly realistic.
they have
Combine these two ideas.
4.
Combine these two ideas. Control through structured data, controlled perfect.
The kind of monitor, like you need to really
Well,
high performance monitor, right?
yeah, I
Yeah.
actually have a 57-inch monitor that has
Jesus.
that has a resolution of 7620 by 2160 by 3840.
Will repeat itself in one
No, by
industry after another
I forget what
industry.
What's the refresh rate? Like 120 or 240?
it literally depends on the game, frames per second. The refresh rate can go up to 240. Um, the frames per second is what you're really looking at, and what DLS. Like if I go, here's a good example. If I have Diablo 4, I have DLSS 4 off, and I have nothing like it even on, I'll get 50, 60 frames a second. But if I do it with DLSS 4 on, not only is the graphics improved, but I get 185 frames a second.
Mm.
I said, no, these seats are free for some of you. This is your price of admission. So this is structured data. You've heard of it: SQL, Spark, Pandas, Velox. Some of these really important, very large platforms: Snowflake, Databricks, EMR, Amazon EMR, Azure Fabric, Google Cloud, BigQuery. All of these platforms are processing data frames. These data frames are giant spreadsheets, and they hold all of life's information.
Damn.
This is the structured data, the ground truth of business. This is the ground truth of enterprise computing. Well, now we're going to have AI use structured data, and we better accelerate the living daylights out of it. It used to be okay, and we would, of course, we would accelerate structured data so that we could do more. We could do it more cheaply. We could do it more frequently per day and keep the company running at a much more synchronized way. However, in the future, what's going to happen is these data structures are going to be used by AI, and AI is going to be much faster than us. Future agents are going to use structured databases as well. And then we'll course the unstructured database. The generative
And Larry Ellison is here to talk. No, I'm just
represents the vast majority of the world. Vector databases, unstructured.
Oh, yeah, this is okay. This is interesting.
Speeches. All of the world's information, about 90% of what's generated every single year, is unstructured data.
Yep.
Until now, this data has been completely useless to the world. We read it.
There's no context to it. Yeah.
That's it. Unfortunately, we can't query it. We can't search for it. It's hard to do that. And the reason for that.
Are you telling me they're doing that now?
Indexing of unstructured data.
It's kind of weird in a way.
And so
Given
now,
how long this conversation has been going on in our world.
Yeah, absolutely.
Multi-modality.
That's why I'm wondering, is this a competitor or Core's? Ooh, this is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I think he's probably getting into some agentic workflow stuff, because for that to work, you're gonna need like a context layer.
Yeah.
This sounds interesting.
Into a larger structure that we can search into.
Wow, if they're doing it and not partnering, that's interesting.
Two foundational libraries, just like we created RTX for 3D graphics. We created cuDF for data frames, structured data. We created cuVS for vector stores, semantic data, unstructured data, AI data.
Wow.
These two platforms are going to be two of the most
This
important
is
platforms in the future.
treading on other people's property, isn't it?
Well, the other thing that's interesting, it's like a step back and in at the same time, meaning they're stepping away from fast forward, and stepping into, to your point, coming into a known universe and building it out, which is a different than the last 3 or 4 years. I actually really
IBM?
The inventor of SQL.
Oh,
One of the most important
they're going with IBM.
of all time.
and Nestle.
It's accelerating Watson X data.
Wow, I didn't see that one.
Let's take a look at it.
Hey, Donnie, we're going to be doing a show on Thursday talking to folks about their experience at IRL 26. Are you going to be available?
Yeah, come on if you are.
Yeah, we'll bring you on for a few. And it was good seeing you, even though it was like a blink of an eye.
And the data warehouse.
Wow, so they're going with IBM. This is interesting.
Today, IBM and Nvidia.
It looks like they decided to let's go in and deal with things that exist now that we can expand out, as opposed to just
With Nvidia GPU computing
do something new, do something new, do something new.
Right.
Now let's go in and build out the things that we can make better.
Which makes sense.
No, it's freaking smart as hell.
CPU data processing systems can't keep up. Nestle makes thousands of supply chain decisions every day. Their order to cash data mart aggregates every supply, order, and delivery across global operations in 185.
See you on Thursday, Donnie.
On CPUs,
All right.
Nestle refresh the data mart a few times a day. With accelerated Watson X dot data running on Nvidia GPUs. Nestle
Wow, this is really going to do some very big lifting for IBM.
3% lower cost.
But look what he's talking about here.
Platform has a
Apps.
Yeah,
accelerated computing.
but they run on data.
Absolutely. AI apps.
Which again, your point kills the SaaS is dead argument.
Yeah.
I think that's part of his job today, not just to talk about them, but
Yeah,
to
Bridget. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bridget.
I am really impressed right now, I have to say. But it's also their entrance directly into our universe.
it's a completely different focus than last year. Like, I think he realized in order for them to go where they need to go, he has to bring these folks along with him.
Mhm.
Of what they did with NTT data, huge speed up. This is cloud, Google Cloud, and Google Cloud, as you know,
It kind of goes to what he said
long time.
that on the quote you used for the question for two analysts in a chair.
Mhm.
He's literally was, without us knowing it, he was presaging his speech here that the enterprises are not, enterprise software is going to use the tools. Well, Kramer said that. Ooh, I don't remember which one said it, but he was talking about that AI is not going to build enterprise technology.
You also get the benefit of cost.
Donnie is worried about his IBM portfolio there.
It was originally called Moore's Law. Moore's Law was about getting performance doubling every couple of years. It's another way of saying, so long as the price remains about the same, and most computers remained about the same, you're also getting twice the performance every year, or you're reducing the cost of computing every single year. Well, Moore's
So he's
Law
bringing
has another-
IBM into the mix.
We need a new approach.
He also mentioned, I noticed NTT data was up at the top there.
Yeah. I hope he brings ServiceNow or somebody from the enterprise.
Google Cloud.
Yeah.
Is Google Cloud
NVIDIA is an
there?
algorithm company.
So this makes sense as he was talking about data and
because
mining structured and unstructured data. So he's getting into context, and then the inference costs going down. This is interesting. Yeah, you're right, Paul. He's getting into our world here.
To me, so
See this pattern, as you mentioned?
the world we're in, you can't ignore it, right? And
Yeah.
It's funny. It's the system of context that we saw on the Salesforce architectural slide.
I'll tell you what would be a
Writing about this
huge
a lot, too.
breakthrough if Salesforce actually partnered with them.
And here's Mark Benioff to talk about.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
it'd be
okay.
a breakthrough
For
for
this to work.
Salesforce and for NVIDIA.
Yeah, because for this,
Of course.
too, they're gonna need that context layer. So that's
But it goes back to what we were saying. They gotta bring other companies outside of the big seven along with them here.
Yeah, oh yeah. Ubiquity is if ubiquity is the goal, man, you can't just go with those seven.
Yeah.
We accelerate Vertex AI. We accelerate BigQuery. We accelerate.
this is a good slide here.
Super proud of the work that we've done with
I'm gonna
Jack.
screenshot this one.
We're incredible on PyTorch. We're the only accelerator in the world that's incredible on PyTorch and incredible.
My favorite ultimate geek word is there.
We support.
What's
The
that?
Kubernetes, the
Kubernetes. Or however you pronounce it. That's my favorite ultimate geek word.
Customers.
Cougars.
Customers.
I have no idea what that is, and I've never bothered to find out.
You just like
that
it.
we can then-
I just like, yeah, I mean, there's a million people who talk about it. I'll tell you
Our
that.
relationship
I
with
just don't know what it is.
are essentially us bringing
There's
customers
the
to them.
Google Kubernetes engine.
Our libraries, we accelerate workloads, and we land
Accelerate workflows.
in the cloud.
I'm wondering if ServiceNow is gonna play a role here.
Well, they're oddly of the seven, they're probably the ideal partner for these guys.
On their cloud.
And I think they're like one of their first enterprise app partners.
Yeah, that's the ideal one. Of if I'm picking all of them, I would pick ServiceNow.
I would pick it just for Idris Elba as being a spokesperson. So.
We're working with AWS a long time, and one of the things I'm super excited about this year is we're going to bring OpenAI to AWS. And so it's going to drive enormous consumption of.
So that's still in the family, in the Magnificent Seven family.
OpenAI,
Yeah.
And as you know, they are completely compute constrained. And so AWS, we accelerate EMR, we accelerate SageMaker, we accelerate Bedrock. Nvidia is integrated really deeply into AWS. They were our first cloud partner. Microsoft Azure. Nvidia's A100 supercomputer was the first one we built was for Nvidia. The first one we installed was at Azure, and that led to the big
Kubernetes.
AI. But we've been working with Azure for quite a long time. We accelerate Azure Cloud. Now it's their AI Foundry we partner deeply with. We accelerate Bing Search. We work with
Yeah, but who uses it?
on Azure regions. This is one of the areas that is incredibly important.
I can't even remember the last time I used Bing.
I actually did use it when Copilot first came out. When it got built in, I started using Bing a little bit, but
Yeah.
Copilot's just so poor, I can't deal with it.
Yeah, I haven't used Bing in ages.
Even the operator cannot.
I think I listened to a Bing Crosby song before I.
Listen to Bing. We use Bing.
NVIDIA's GPUs are the first ones in the world.
Bing
to do that.
Cherry.
Is now able to support confidential computing and protected deployment of these very valuable.
So far, these are like infrastructure partners.
Throughout clouds and.
Yeah, but he's getting into what you like to talk about, platforms and ecosystems.
Yeah, well, once I see those words, I am a happy camper.
Here's an example.
If I see the words, I know they thought about it. And in his case, with his CUDA,
Yeah,
flywheel,
cool. Yeah.
he was describing ecosystem. Actually, with all the four, it was actually an ecosystem of
There's Oracle.
AI customer.
There you go.
There it is.
Most people would have thought
They have a
we were
Kubernetes platform. No,
we're their
boo.
first supplier also, but we were their
There's
first
Zoom.
AI customer.
Or so you see that the Oracle Autonomous AI Lakehouse. Larry Ellison owns the Lakehouse, and it's in Hawaii.
He owns the island.
He bought the island so he can have the AI Lakehouse.
Partners there. Cohere and Fireworks, and of course.
You know, you don't hear much about Cohere like you did a couple of years ago.
No,
Like
not at all.
Anthropic just stole all their juice.
Well, Anthropic stole everyone's juice recently. And
Yeah.
I am proud to say I started with Claude at the beginning.
A company that was built,
Canva made the slide. I'll be at their conference this spring.
provision.
Oh, they're on. What? Oh, they made the slide. There you are.
Canva.
Cursor is there too.
Oh, there's yeah, Canva. I'm really curious about them. You had mentioned that I think at IRL to me too. That Canva.
Yeah,
Somebody
exactly.
right. I'm really curious about how they're entering this. I know they want to go enterprise, but I'm not. They are not built for that at all. That I can
Yeah,
see.
it's more of the freelance posture, but Adobe felt threatened enough that they beefed up Adobe Express because they saw Canva eating a bit at that base. Yeah.
Well, Canva Pro is a good product. It is but it's for individual creators.
Freelance individual creators,
So
exactly.
how do they expect to get to the enterprise? I don't see that.
Yeah, they're trying to right now court the enterprise sort of
I know.
designer. Yeah,
But what do they have that the enterprise wants?
It would have been possible.
what they lack now is that security message, which is what Adobe brings to the enterprise. Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say that, and cheap prices
With the world's
compared to Adobe at least.
all of them are here, and I get the benefit of seeing them during.
I'm really curious on the Canva front because it's like
What Nvidia has done is this.
Monday.com was, right? It went for the small business thing. Now they're trying to be in. They are as good a product as they do have. It's not enterprise ready, even if they
Yeah.
say it is.
Only open
I
company.
mean, when I was at their conference, it was definitely a lot of 20-something YouTuber influencers. So I felt like 100 years old. But they're doing that post right that Adobe did back in the day. So they're getting to the young designers. So those young designers will be in the enterprise well too. So they're gonna pull. So I see the strategy.
We just never say it anymore.
Yep.
Sounds long tail.
Application acceleration. If I could make a computer run everything faster, that's called a CPU. And that's run out of steam. The only way for us to accelerate applications going forward and continue to bring tremendous speed up, tremendous cost reduction is through application or domain specific acceleration. I dropped that phrase in the front, and therefore it just becomes
And that's where the inference
computing.
and Grok comes in. So I guess he's going to transition here.
Library after library, domain after
That's the enterprise message here. That's
We are a vertically integrated computing company. There is no other way. We have to understand the applications. We have to understand the domain. We have to
I
understand.
think that's kind of a stretch there,
And we have to figure out
saying there's no other way and we're vertically integrated. They're not.
whatever scenario.
This is where he has to bring up a service now.
Data center.
yeah.
It's also where he has to prove he's vertically integrated, because I don't see that. I
That's
mean, I can see where that would be something they could do, but saying they're a vertically integrated computing company,
Yeah.
I'm guessing he's not there yet. He wants to be, but he's probably not there yet.
like everybody in the universe wants to be
Yeah.
at this point, because
He
that's
wants
where
to
the
be
money
glue.
is.
Yeah, he wants
Yeah,
to be
but at least-
that connective tissue.
But they did invest in Grok, so I'm hoping that's what they plan to do with that.
Well, I'm guessing, small, narrow, other language models that work in specific places. But
Yeah.
I think he just made a gigantic overstatement to say they are a vertically integrated computer company. There's no other way.
I don't. Well,
Given that they
yeah,
are
that-
not a vertically integrated
that's
computer
that's
company.
just talk.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
we see the,
They
yeah, so
have
we see the
verticals.
verticals here. Yeah, we see the verticals
Yeah,
here.
they have verticals.
Yeah, but this is where he has to start bringing in some
This-
application partners.
Two unique
For the
verticals
verticals.
that he had
Yeah.
there:
Yeah.
Yeah,
robotics and quantum. I've
those.
never heard quantum called a vertical.
It's there. Maybe that's why they're going all in. They're gonna make it a
Yeah.
vertical.
Well, look, I mean, if that's a unique map there, but not. I mean, those two pieces are unique. Everything else is.
Yeah, but you need some bread and butter, meat and potato verticals
The other one.
before all that.
Upstream and downstream. And it's just so exciting.
I think it was the Google quantum announcement last year where they just like lightly dropped the existence of parallel universe. Where I'm like, what?
Yeah, they had talked to Jeff Gomez prior to doing it. The Google multiverse.
Part of the
like
supply
parallel
chain
universes.
working with us, either upstream or downstream. And last year,
See, when you start talking about the verticals, they need to bring in some partners that really
An
own
actual
verticals.
partner. Yeah.
Well, right now, honestly, Nvidia has all the credibility in the world except there.
Yeah, that's not their bag. It hasn't been their bag. They want to make it their bag, but it's
Just
not yet.
saying it doesn't make it happen. Because remember, this was even like what Zoho used to do in the old days, where they just opportunistically clump industries. But now Zoho, of course, does have full-fledged verticals.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah.
the support, subject matter experts, support people, all the things you need to do to support the industry. Right now, I'm guessing opportunistically clumped.
our reach, our
Yeah.
breadth,
I wonder what all this does to like their partners like Accenture, and are they bringing them in for the vertical stuff?
I don't have a clue.
the quantity of that, to now supercomputers studying massive amounts of data, discovering insight and discovering patterns.
Or are they going to do that and wipe out those folks?
Yeah, they're partners.
Healthcare is going through their chat GPT moment. Some really exciting work that we're there. We have
Yeah, he got to put some meat on these bones, PG.
Yeah.
For healthcare, we're talking about AI physics or AI biology for
Yeah, but you're not the AI,
customer service,
right? You're talking about other companies.
diagnosis.
Right? You're not talking about you. You're powering the AI.
Yeah.
Systems.
Get it straight, man.
Different vectors of AI have different platforms that NVIDIA provides. Industrial, we are completely resetting and starting the largest build out of human history. And most of the world's industries building AI factories.
Yeah, you're not going to do that on your own, though, are you?
No, I think he's generalizing. He was
He's
just
getting into AI
generalizing the world.
factory stuff, so that's his thing. He gets into the infrastructure needed to run the stuff, so that's the AI factory piece.
That's fine, but you don't have the expertise for the vertical.
Right
Yeah.
now, there's this probably deliberate obfuscating of AI and what he actually does, what the company actually does. They're not the one producing the large language models.
GPU hybrid systems.
They're powering all of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You need the folks who actually know the industry to be able to really do it right, and then use with your grok and your big training stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see somebody else come out on stage and
Yeah.
talk about that.
I guess he feels strong because everyone's dependent on Nvidia, so I guess his strong angle
Again,
there.
that doesn't
His
make you
dependency.
a vertically integrated company.
Yeah.
It's a definite overstatement.
We have 110 robots here at the show, and then telecommunications.
Oh, well, therefore you must be vertically integrated.
Yeah.
110 robots.
Yeah.
I've got about 10 in my house.
They all depend on it.
I have a vertically integrated house.
Infrastructures. It was the infrastructure of the last generation of computing. That infrastructure is going to get completely reinvented. It's very simple. That base station, which is, it does one thing, which is base station, is going to be an AI infrastructure platform in the future. AI will run at the edge. And so lots of
AI will run. Okay, I got that one.
Yeah.
And our platform there is called Ariel, our AI.
There's a big discussion at the Zoho Day as well too. AI at the edge on devices.
Shoot, I almost bought myself a Mac Studio Ultra to run some of that stuff, but I decided to hold off.
Our CUDA X libraries. Our CUDA X libraries.
You know what? I remember Novell had this project called, what was it called? It was a project where you built in IoT into the hardware, right? In fact, my company, my little company, we were the engineers for that project.
I haven't heard the name Novell in years.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's basically saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Right here. It's built into the hardware, but that's not a new subject.
No.
IoT, when IoT first started, well, IoT like it was actually it wasn't even that. It was network built into hardware. Like it was called Novell's Connected Network or Novell Network Connect or something like that. Because my company, we took the hardware and we built it in.
Oh wow!
We had the key engineers. We were a tiny little company, but we had the best engineers.
Yeah.
Well, shoot,
I did a show in Salt Lake City, Utah, years ago.
Yeah, I went
Brain
there
share.
multiple times to meet with them on that. I'm the one who landed the project.
Sure. Last year's Salesforce Connections, Charlie Isaacs was demoing it was like a dog. It was a robotic dog running. I don't think they were calling it Agent Force at the time, but maybe they were. I don't know. But it was actually running off of commands that were built into the dog via Salesforce.
Yeah, I mean it's not an uncommon thing at this point.
For computational lithography. QDSS for direct sparse solvers. Q-equivariance for geometry-aware neural networks. Ariel for AI RAM.
I wonder why he doesn't have anybody else
For differentiable physics.
come up and do something on these keynotes.
Parabricks for genomics.
Yeah, because to your guys' point, that would have put some meat in the bones, especially in context of what he was saying at the time. He should have brought, like you mentioned, like a service now, bring some of these application companies in.
RTX mega geometry. That is amazing.
That looks awesome.
Yeah.
Artificially generated. You know what though? There's games that look like that now.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
There's games that look like that.
Wow.
Damn.
Whoa.
This makes you want to get a whole new monitor, man. high-end stuff. This is
You know what? I literally can't get a bigger monitor than the one I have.
yeah.
57 inches.
Wow. Yeah. I need to really see this stuff in its glory.
Yeah. But when you're gaming, I actually have seen games that are close to that.
Yeah. Oh man. Because I play a lot of NBA 2K, and the recent one, 26. Some of the players' likenesses, you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
It's extremely close. I'm going to Best Buy after this, guys. This is
Well, the monitor I got runs about 1600.
oh yeah, that's not
Yeah,
bad,
and
actually.
it's from Samsung, the Odyssey Neo 57 inch.
Odyssey, okay.
But you know, Apple announced that the latest they're not. I think what was that $5,000 monitor they had? I forget the
Yeah.
HDR or something like that.
Yeah.
They announced their next version of that, but it's only 27 inches.
Well, you can get great high resolution even with 27 inches. It just doesn't give you the immersive side. The other thing that they're doing with the monitors, which is smart, is that they're curving them. But
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
the ideal curve is I forget what the R stands for, but it's 1000 R, right? And there's one that's 1800. You think, oh, that's better, but it isn't. It's more like this, and you lose all the edges of your vision. So 1000 R. Now watch for that.
Yeah. Oh man. Imagine editing videos on that, Brent. Whew,
Yeah,
I'm in Premiere Pro. That'd be awesome.
immersive is the word.
AI robotics models. Everything was simulated. Nothing was animated. Nothing was articulated. Everything was completely.
That's pretty
simulated.
incredible.
That
Yeah.
is what fundamentally Nvidia.
I mean, look at that
It is
world. I mean, the Earth there.
connection.
Said I'm currently standing on the actual moon.
with our computing platform.
Looking back at you guys.
I've been doing this speech on the moon ever since we began.
And look, there's Ray Wong in there. No, I'm just-
That's right. I'm here with Ray in the sea of intention at 3:00.
Well, just now you saw a whole bunch of companies. You saw.
He's got to bring some partners on.
You know, there's L'Oreal and incredible companies, established companies, JP Morgan.
I think he's actually going to be at Adobe Digital Summit this year.
Companies that define society to today.
I guess they said if we can't beat them, invite them.
Some of the largest companies in the world.
Nvidia.
It's also true.
Nvidia.
There's a whole bunch of companies you've never heard of. These are companies, we call them AI natives. A whole bunch of small companies.
That's an eye chart.
But what is this gigantic?
I can't read anything. It's too
That's so small.
I know.
And, I
Probably isn't if you're there, but
show you less.
Yeah.
And so I made it so that you couldn't see any.
Well, he has a bunch of verticals: AI for auto, AI for customer support,
However,
engineering, healthcare,
brand
robotics.
new companies. They're companies like, for example, you might have heard a couple of them: OpenAI, Anthropic.
Yeah,
There's a
real
whole
small.
bunch of others. There's a whole bunch of others, and they serve different verticals. Something happened in the last 2 years, particularly this last year. We've been working with the AI natives for a long time, and this last year, it just skyrocketed. I'll explain to you why it happened.
Frontier model
This industry
builders.
skyrocketed. $150 billion of investment into venture investment into startups, the largest in human history. This is also the first time that the scale of the investments went from millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars, to hundreds of millions of dollars and billions of dollars. And the reason for that is this is the first time in history that every single one of these companies needs compute and lots of it. They need tokens, lots and lots of it. They're either going to create and build and create tokens and generate tokens, or they're going to integrate, add value to tokens.
No, it's hard to believe we're already an hour in. Well, he came in a little late. So.
And so
I think he's wrapping up.
is different in so
Probably
many different
5
ways. But the
minutes.
one thing that is very clear, the impact that they're making, this the incredible value that they're delivering already is quite tangible. AI natives. All because
Didn't they
we reinvented,
Ray use that term,
just like during
AI
the
natives or
revolution,
something?
a whole bunch of new companies were
I don't know.
created.
Don't
Just
remember.
This book with
Just
digital
as
giants
during
over
the
there.
internet revolution, a whole bunch of companies were created, and mobile cloud, a whole bunch of companies were created. Each one of them had their own standards, and we're talking about one of the major standards that just happened, incredibly important. And this generation, we also have our own large number of very, very special companies. We reinvented computing. It stands to reason there's going to be a whole new crop of really important companies.
So I wonder if they're doing doing a Salesforce Ventures kind of thing and make
The Amazon,
Nvidia Ventures and
consequential
investing in these companies in addition to, and then providing them with access to all their chips.
Yeah, yeah.
But what happened in the last
That would
couple
be
of years?
smart.
Well,
Yeah.
we've been watching, as you know, we've been
Remember when
working
Andreessen Horowitz
the
supposedly
next
bought like
generation
billions
AI.
of
We were
chips,
right there at the spot, and we've
and
been
we're supposed to use that to
advancing
entice the
the
companies they wanted to invest in to
the
come on
last
board?
2 years. What happened in the last
I
2
don't,
years?
but
Three things.
good story.
ChatGPT, of course.
That's
Go
when
slow, bro. Yeah.
remember that's when Anand was buying. He bought two of those Nvidia GPUs.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was around the same time that all happened.
I showed you the fusion of generative AI with computer graphics, and it brought computer graphics to life. You guys, everybody in the world should be using ChatGPT. I know I use it every single morning. Used it plenty this morning. And so ChatGPT was the generative AI.
What do your buddies at Anthropic have to say about that?
I'd say
By the way, generative
forgetting.
computing versus the way we used to do computing. It's generative AI is a capability.
Yeah, well, I think
but it has
it seems like
profoundly
OpenAI is more of the general AI tool,
computing
and Anthropic is more coding
It's generative.
specific
Yeah.
application building AI
That's where it
tool.
shines, yeah.
And you'll
Well,
realize why
it also co-work is it's also productivity and task.
it's architected.
The smart thing with Anthropic's tools is that they're taking the AI and purpose building it.
And it's easily building add-ons to other things.
Oh yeah, those
Yeah.
the what do you call it? The add-ons are actually the apps for it are
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. Vibe coding with Claude is super easy.
Yeah. What's the one in the middle? 10x.
That's the O1. Is that the
I don't know them.
open source one? Or is that the
I don't know.
it's OpenAI, no?
No, I don't think it's OpenAI.
O1,
Could be. I don't know. Never heard of it.
AI, trustworthy and grounded on truth. That caused ChatGPT to simply take off. And that was a very, very big moment. The amount of input tokens that was necessary in order to produce.
Seems to have some sort of it seems to something that the OpenAI did.
The model was a little bit larger.
Yeah, it is OpenAI. OpenAI O1,
Yeah.
yeah.
The model O1 was a little bit larger, not much larger, but its input token usage for context and its output token for thinking increased the amount of computation tremendously. Then came Quad Code, the first agentic model. It was able to read files, code, compile it, test
I
it.
tried Claude Code the last few days before the
Quad Code has revolutionized software engineering as well as now.
an app for IRL,
Nvidia is using a
but
combination
I ran into a couple of roadblocks. I didn't have the time to deal with it, so I stopped.
Codex and Cursor
I'm
all
going
over.
to build one for next
Not
year.
one software engineer today who is not assisted by one or many AI agents helping them code. Claude Code completely revolutionizes it. The new inflection. And for the first time, you don't ask an AI what, where, when, how. You ask it create, do, build. You ask it to use tools, take your context, read files. It's able to agentically break down a problem, reason about it, reflect on it. It's able to solve problems and actually perform tasks. An AI that was able to perceive became an AI that could generate. An AI that could generate became an AI that could reason. An AI that could reason now became an AI that can actually do work. very productive work. The amount of computation in the last 2 years,
Reasoning might be a little bit of a stretch there too.
knows the computing demand for NVIDIA GPU is off the charts. Spot pricing is skyrocketing. You couldn't find a GPU you tried, and yet, in the meantime, we're shipping GPUs out. Incredible amounts of it. And demand just keeps on going up. There's a reason for that. This fundamental inflection. Finally, AI is able to do productive work, and therefore, the inflection point of inference has arrived.
The inflection point of
AI
inference.
now has to
Wow,
think.
what a
In
statement.
order to think, it has to inference. AI now has to do. In order to do, it has to inference. AI has to read. In order to do so, it has to inference. It has to reason. It has to inference. Every part.
Is that the word, or is it infer?
Time it has to think. It has to
Yeah,
reason.
infer is really the word.
Right? He's saying it has to inference.
But when you're one of the richest men in the world, you can say whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
So
It's
the
infer.
inference inflection has
I was an English and journalism major, not getting away with it.
The amount of tokens, the amount of compute necessary increased by roughly 10,000 times.
Damn.
Now, when I combine these two, the fact that since in the last 2 years, the computing demand of the work has gone up by 10,000 times. And the
Jeez.
amount of usage has probably gone up by 100 times. People have heard me say, I believe that computing demand has increased by 1 million times in the last 2 years.
Damn.
It is the feeling that we all
Jeez.
have. It is the
That's
feeling
amazing.
that Anthropic has. It's the feeling that OpenAI has. It's the feeling that Anthropic has. If they could just get more capacity, they could generate more tokens. Their revenues would go up. More people could use it. The more advanced, the
Nvidia
smarter
stock
they
price
become.
goes up.
Right.
Positive flywheel system. We have reached that moment. The inflection, the inference inflection has arrived.
Seems like this year's keynote was definitely more grounded in things that are more close to reality
Right.
than last year.
At that
Yep.
moment in time,
Still making a lot of claims that aren't necessarily true, but like I'm gonna be harping on the vertically integrated company,
Yeah, yeah.
because
I
that
mean,
is just so not true.
Yeah, like, I get the connection because they're partnered, but yeah, it's we need to like see more use cases. Actually, how?
Yeah. Well, the other side is if you're gonna pick a direction, they're horizontally integrated, not vertically.
I don't know if
Right.
you
So
feel the same way.
vertically is literally not the answer.
It's an
You
enormous
had one of two choices. Vertical is the wrong answer.
one person.
Platforms and ecosystems implies vertical and horizontal right off the bat.
Yeah.
Oh, you had record years. Well, I'm here to tell you that right now where I stand, a few short months after GTC DC, 1 year after last GTC, right here where I stand, I see through 2027 at least $1 trillion.
He sees $1 trillion. Is he talking about in revenue?
Talking about his bank
Soundbite.
account.
Soundbite.
Now, does
Yeah.
that make any
Yeah.
sense?
Talking about his bank account.
And that's what I'm going to spend the rest of the
Exactly.
time. In fact, we
Here's the statement.
are certain computing demand will be much higher than that. And there's a reason for that. So the first thing is,
Why would anyone cheer? The one thing they cheered the whole time was when he said that.
was NVIDIA's inference.
That was ridiculous.
That
Get an
all-
applause
see
meter.
it. Oh,
Sign up.
look,
Get an applause sign up.
Check this out. So before he said that, Nvidia was up like
investments made in
$2-3.
could scale out
I looked right after he said it. It's now up $8.29.
of NVIDIA
Yeah.
infrastructure.
He's no fool, man.
And therefore,
Reactionary.
costs be incredibly low.
No fool.
Longer
He'll
than
be
what he's
down
doing.
again later.
He knows what he's doing.
no question.
Let's see,
Brent, sell right now.
Yeah.
Let's
So
see
high, so
what
high.
IBM is doing. IBM is up 1.5%.
All about AI for
Yeah.
inference. And it drove this inflection point. Simultaneously, we were very pleased last year that Anthropic has come to NVIDIA, that MSL, Meta SL, has chosen NVIDIA. And meanwhile, and as a collection, as a group, this represents 1/3 of the world's AI compute. Open source models.
Just those
Open
three
source models
companies?
are near the frontier, and it is literally everywhere. And NVIDIA, as you know, today, we're the only platform in the world today that runs every single domain of AI across every single one of these AI models in language and biology and computer graphics, computer vision, in speech, proteins and chemicals, robotics and otherwise, edge or cloud, any language. NVIDIA's architecture is fungible for all of that, and we're incredible for all of that. That allows us to be the lowest cost, the highest confidence platform. Because when you're building these systems, as I mentioned, $1 trillion is an enormous amount of infrastructure. You have to have complete confidence
Amazing.
that the $1 trillion you're putting down will be utilized, would be performant, would be incredibly cost effective, and have useful life for as long as you could see. That infrastructure investment you could make on NVIDIA, you could make with complete confidence.
That's the other big soundbite, the inflection point for inference.
Yep, that's
Anywhere in the world.
But for me, it's like, okay, so now it's faster, right? But faster without context, and then to your guys' point, when it comes to healthcare and financial services, it can be dangerous because now you're hallucinating fast, right? And so the context is going to be key, and that's what he needs to prove.
That's why I'm just surprised they didn't incorporate some other massive businesses that have the expertise in an industry to be on stage talking about that.
Yeah, because speed is cool, but speed in those kind of verticals, it could
But people just want to see expertise. You just want to know that you have it, and you might have the speed in the compute, but do you have the expertise in a particular vertical?
Exactly.
It's moving towards deep learning and large language models. Search, moving to deep learning, large language models. Almost all of these different hyperscale workloads are now moving, shifting towards a workload that NVIDIA GPUs are incredibly good at. But on top of that, because we work with every AI lab, because we work with every AI, we accelerate every AI model, and because we have a large ecosystem of AI natives that we work with that we can bring to the clouds.
Yeah, the most important piece of his whole talk is the integration, the building of the ecosystem out.
Yeah.
Our business. The other 40% is just everywhere. Regional clouds, sovereign clouds.
Yeah, but how's he taking that from the slide to actually, how they doing it?
Edge, big systems, supercomputing systems, small servers, enterprise servers. The number of systems, incredible. The diversity of AI.
I love the that slide. So he shows all those great graphics, and then that's it.
Of AI is its resilience. There is no question this is not a one app technology. This is now fundamental. This is absolutely a new computing platform shift. Well, our job is to continue to advance the technology. And one of the most important things that I mentioned last year was our year of inference.
I thought he was, now we're into the year of inference.
Everything. We took a giant chance.
I thought he was in his windup. Now it looks like he's going to another.
He's had several windups, I thought.
Now.
Yeah, there were several windups, and I fell for each one.
Time to wind it up, Jensen.
We completely re-architected the system, disaggregated the computing system altogether.
Yeah, you got to know how long a keynote should be.
The way that it's built, the way it's manufactured, the way.
I know you're, the man right now, but does anybody want to sit through a 2-hour keynote?
No.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Thank all of you for the hard work that you guys did. Thank you.
Oh, look at that. He just sort of stopped.
That was an abrupt.
That was the most abrupt ending.
I think he was getting the hook, or someone was kind of signaling, probably.
Somebody's doing their job then.
Yeah. Like, cut it.
Yeah, let's go.
That we can inference NVF people
Maybe not.
without
Maybe he was thanking people for the applause.
Oh, wow.
So last year was the year of inference.
And this year is the inflection point for inference. So,
Okay.
Dynamo, TensorRT LLM, a whole bunch of new algorithms. We even built a supercomputer to help us optimize kernels and help us optimize our complete stack. We call it DGX Cloud. We invested billions of dollars of supercomputing capability to help us create the kernels, the software that made inference possible. Well, the results all came together, and people used to tell me, but Jensen, inference is so easy. Inference is the ultimate hard. Inference is ultimate hard.
Inference is the ultimate hard.
Because it drives your
That sounds funny.
because only they can solve it.
Is the most comprehensive sweep of AI inference that has ever been done. And what you see here on the left, on this side, is tokens per watt. Tokens per watt is important because every data center, every single factory, by definition, is power constrained. A 1 gigawatt factory will never become 2. It's physically constrained. The laws of atoms, the laws of physicality. And so that 1 gigawatt of data center, you want to drive the maximum number of tokens, which is the production, the product of that factory. So you want to be on top of that curve as high as you want. The x-axis is the interactivity, the speed of inference, the speed of each inference. The faster you can infer,
Infer.
the faster you can, of course, respond. But very importantly, the faster you can inference, the larger the models, the more context you can process, the more tokens you can think through. This axis is the same as smartness of the AI. And so this is the throughput of the AI. This is the smartness of the AI. Notice, the smarter the AI, the lower your throughput. Makes sense. You're thinking longer. Okay? And so this axis is the speed, and I'm going to come back to this. This is important. This is where I
Oh, no.
all of you. But it's too important. Every CEO in the world, you watch, every
Speed
CEO
versus
will
context.
study their business from now on in the way I'm about to describe. Because this is your token factory. This is your AI factory. This is your revenues. There's no question about that going forward. And so this is the throughput. This is the intelligence. Better per watt for a given power of data center, the more throughput, the more tokens you can produce. On this side is cost. Notice, Nvidia is the highest performance in the world. Nobody would be surprised by that. They would be surprised by the fact that in one generation, whereas Moore's law would have given us, through transistors, 50%, 2 times, Moore's law would probably give us 1.5 times more performance. You would have expected from Hopper H200, 1.5 times higher. Nobody would have expected 35 times higher. I said last year at this time that NVIDIA's Grace Blackwell NVLink 72 was 35 times per watt. Nobody believed me. And then semi-analysis came out, and Dylan Patel had a quote. He accused me of sandbagging. He accused me of sandbagging. He says, Jensen sandbag. It's actually 50 times. And he's not wrong. He's not wrong. And so
you
our
did
cost
sandbag
per
us.
token- Our cost per token is the lowest.
All right,
in the world.
man, we got to wrap it up here. This is going way too long.
Like I said before, if you have the wrong architecture,
I don't care about your cost per token.
it's not free.
He's getting repetitive.
Yeah, I don't know why this has to be 2 hours.
Gigawatt data center. You still have to build a gigawatt factory, and that gigawatt factory, for 15 years amortized across, that gigawatt factory is about $40 billion. Even when you put nothing on it, it's $40 billion in. You better make for darn sure you put the best computer system on that thing so that you could have the best.
He's talking Wall Street.
Yeah, it feels like you don't have all day to get them.
Yeah.
You really got to nail things. I think you have
Yeah.
45
Close
minutes
what, yeah.
max.
They close in a half hour almost.
Yeah. What's he doing? Holding up a belt?
I don't
Oh
know.
my.
You got
Oh
that
my.
thing that says King on the top there.
Monkey King.
Yeah,
Who
put
produced
me on
that
mute.
moment?
Put me
Who
on mute.
produced that moment?
All right.
Well, we take all of our software, as I told you, we vertically integrate, but we horizontally open. We're vertical integration, horizontal open.
I mean, you gotta know there's people's attention spans are limited here.
Yeah, you gotta read the room.
Inference service providers.
Or read the virtual room.
Virtual room, I'm about to say.
They're growing so fast. Fireworks, Lynn is here together. They're just growing so incredibly fast. 100 times in the last year. They are token factories. And the effectiveness, the performance, and the token cost production capability for their factories is everything to them. And this is what happened. This is
Nvidia stock back down to $3. See, you should have closed it out.
Should have closed on a high.
Eight up, man.
Yeah, should have closed on a high.
incredible. The difference before
Or Wall Street.
before Nvidia updated everything,
Yeah.
and all of our algorithms and software and all the technology that we bring to bear, about 700 tokens per second average.
The other side is he's in the last
7 times
big chunk of this, he's gotten fully technical.
incredible power.
Yes.
And that is never, I don't care who your audience is.
The importance.
That's not something any audience wants to listen to over time,
Yeah,
even if they are
especially-
technical.
Especially once you spend so much time on the vertical stuff. It's like, okay, bring home the business architecture piece and close on that. Yeah.
Everybody's looking for land.
Well, see, but I guess still at their heart, they're a tech company,
Within that
Yeah.
power
and
infrastructure, you better
so
make
he needs to. They need to recognize that
your workload,
he was on the right track earlier on. People are waiting to see
your revenue,
companies outside of the AI pick and shovel makers
that's optimized.
make money with AI, and he was starting to give them rationale and why it's going to happen. But then we're now back into the bits and bytes,
And the tokens.
and most of the people who now follow Nvidia are not who used to follow it back in the day.
Right.
Exactly right.
Everybody in this room
Well, I can give you an interesting view of me watching it in a different way.
will be augmented.
This is what it's like watching it in the
I love
studio.
it. I
Our
love it.
behind the scenes look.
That's right. It's more interesting when what I'm hearing from them.
Oh man, I haven't used my Atom in a while. I gotta get back to my multicam views.
Man, look at that. Why did the picture get so much smaller?
Connected with the
Okay.
first generation NVLink. 170 teraflops in one computer. The world's
Yeah, he's
first computer.
lost me, man.
Hey Paul. I'm usually the representer now. Actually, I get a richer picture through the representer than just connect directly to the
operating as
via the
one
laptop.
brilliant GPU.
with the
Oh,
project.
I believe it. I mean, I have a full blown PC, and you know the driver,
a lot
of course,
richer,
is the
yeah.
A10 Mini.
If
But
a single unit
I mean, mine is kind of a.
dots joined NVIDIA.
It's funny. I have a full monitor. Well, here. So over there is you see the full monitor, and down here,
The first
over
GPU
here is
combining scale up and scale out architecture. NVLink 3 for scale up.
not gonna help.
Connect
There's a small monitor, and I get a clearer picture on the small monitor than on the full monitor, and I get an entirely different level of picture on the StreamYard. So all three of them vary. If I had to pick one, I'd take the picture on the small monitor, which is crystal clear.
Bluefield 3 DPU.
But for some reason, the quality varies on
Right,
all
right.
three.
Revolutionized
Including StreamYard itself is actually the worst one.
Yeah.
Blackwell redefined AI supercomputer.
And then now they're all supporting, I guess, not only the RTP but also SRT now too, which
Yeah.
is like a clearer.
Yeah.
Less
So
latency.
they had the ATEM. We saw this at IRL. They had the SDI version of the ATEM Extreme Mini, so you could do the long cabling and with high quality. And now, as you said, there's an SRT version, I guess I'll call it, that it supports SRT.
With three
So-
scaling laws in full steam. Pre-training
So he said that A10 with the SDI still doesn't do 4K resolution.
No. They had the 4K version, didn't they just come out with
They
that?
have it, yeah.
Yeah, but he said he didn't like it like he as much.
Yeah.
Architected for every
I mean,
phase
it's
of the
it's there's only so many things you can do. And
including
I notice everybody's coming out with bigger and better at this point, and there are now there are. I know like companies like Roland are competing with A10, with Black Magic on the switches, and they're getting a lot of. I'm seriously competing, even though the A10s are still industry standard. I'm stick with what I got. I mean, I'm good with what I have here for now.
Yeah.
I don't see any reason to change up anything.
Not me. I like being able to just walk in and turn shit on and boop.
Well, I have this whole thing is Alexa control too, and it's home assistant control.
I did a
And
few shows where I used the RTMP stuff, but the latency was so bad. It was like 2 seconds. So I haven't tried the SRT one yet, but it's supposed to be better latency.
Well, we did RTMP for the streams last week, and there was some latency, but it wasn't that bad apparently.
So
Yeah, but
this
I was hearing
camera,
myself talk. I was hearing myself talk. Like, I hated that.
Oh, I
yeah,
can-
it's really hard.
Yeah.
So this is a PTZ camera that's behind me, so I can zoom in. I can
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
move it over. See here, you can see the rest of what's
Nice.
going on here.
Oh, that's nice.
See, the geeks in the audience love that.
Yeah.
No, they're seeing my setup. That's why they.
Now, in the good old days, when I would say,
Wow, he is still going.
He is going.
Yeah, I'm about to go too.
Yeah, I think we can pretty well get ready to wrap it up. Hold on, I'm gonna.
This is Vera Rubin.
That's what I was trying to remember. Vera Rubin, that name of the
Oh,
new.
that gotcha. Yeah.
When we think Vera Rubin, we think the entire system, vertically integrated, completely with software, extended end to end,
There he goes again, Paul.
optimized.
Just stop doing that. I mean, you're trying to drive home the message, but you haven't proven anything other than to claim you have some companies that are vertical, vertical industry
Yeah.
companies.
Larger and larger and
That
larger,
doesn't mean you're vertically integrated.
more tokens more quickly so it can think more quickly, but
Stop.
it also has to access memory. It's going to pound on memory really hard. KV cache, structured data, QDF.
When he's saying vertically integrated, he's not talking about vertical industries. He's talking about the technology stack.
Really, really hard.
Yeah, but here the problem is, what was the next thing they showed?
Yeah, I know. But that's wrong. But I think
Unlike humans,
where he's saying one thing meaning something different than what we
You know
think.
what, though?
we
If
do.
you're a platform, you're also horizontally integrated. You have to be.
By default, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
by default. So that's why I'm saying
those PCs.
you want to say you're both vertically and horizontally integrated. Your technology
Yeah,
is
the
both
tech stack.
integrated.
He
Say
is
it.
definitely not. He's definitely not doing the actual vertical industry.
Right. Yeah.
Well, he seems to be claiming he is.
He's wrong. I mean,
I know.
that's the
Yeah,
case.
because-
7,
yeah,
8 things there.
Yeah, he's claiming the horizontal flow pierces the vertical silos, but he didn't show how.
Mm-mm.
So,
And, He gave absolutely no proof, and he keeps saying it.
yeah.
Now, if he brought in a ServiceNow, a Salesforce, or any number of enterprise apps
It
with a
shows that,
vertical, then yeah, but no, not
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
We built that so that it could go along with
Well,
the rest of these racks.
Yeah, I'm about ready to call it.
no, we can call it. I'm good.
So here it is.
We gave him an hour and a half. That's enough.
Yeah.
The Grace Blackwell.
Oh yeah, we saw
now,
this.
now
Last,
he's going to show you how to do these.
well, we
How do
saw
you-
that earlier in the presentation last year. I remember this stuff.
But this year he's going to sit down and operate each one.
What used
Yeah.
to take
And last year, remember he showed like when he was talking about the physical AI, he started showing the driverless cars and
Yeah.
the robots driving.
time gonna dramatically
Yeah. A lot of
Jensen,
missed
I think
opportunities
we've had
here.
it.
a supercomputer.
Yeah, a lot of missed opportunities. He could have gave a healthcare example, right? A retail one, and then like an enterprise one with ServiceNow.
And he,
Yeah.
in a way, the one place where they gave really good examples of case studies, not necessarily vertical practices, meaning vertical company, units, was the robotics one. Because if you remember in the very beginning, when they were flashing through all the different companies, there must have been 10, 12 robotics companies there. So they have sufficient quantity to prove vertical interest
Yeah.
at least. But whether they have an actual practice in that domain, I don't know.
Exactly.
And I'm just super proud of the team.
And also, meets the coolness standard too. So,
Brand new
but
grok system.
Hey, yeah, well, we're gonna end this because, quite honestly, he's lost us.
yeah,
Yeah.
We usually hang in for a good the about. You got us for 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
solid.
Start going beyond that, man. You know,
Yeah, he lost the plot. Yeah, he's jumping too much now.
Yeah.
No.
He's just covering it's like
Yeah.
I was having this discussion with somebody this morning about WFAN in New York, the fans.
The fan, yeah.
Yeah, so I fall asleep listening to them because I love listening to New Yorkers yell at each other. But they have
That's
these
all it
fans
is.
who like literally irritate me. And you know what they
Yeah.
do? They say they'll go, "Hey Joe," and then they'll say something about some subject, and then it'll literally say, "Hey Joe," and then say another thing about another subject, and then "Hey Joe." It's like 20 subjects with 2 sentences in each. That's
Sports
he's doing a
Talk
long
Radio.
version of that.
Yeah, Sports Talk Radio.
it sounds like a Jimi Hendrix song. Hey Joe.
Yeah. Well, no, if you listen to them and you were born in New York, you want to
Yeah, oh, yeah.
strangle the fan, right? Because he needs to shut up.
Yeah, but it's funny now. Like that fan model is now what ESPN is in the morning. It's
Yeah.
hilarious to.
Yeah, it's just hard to it's just hard to listen to.
Yeah.
So
All
I
right,
think
folks.
it's the long version of that.
We're gonna let Jensen finish up on his own. Sometimes you gotta realize less is
Yeah.
more. I
Let him
mean,
Jensen along here.
yeah.
Jensen, the token cost was enormous. You
And,
spent so many tokens.
let him get
Yeah.
let him get to doing some inference.
Yeah. Hey, PG. I wonder how many steps he's clocked.
Oh no, what's he gonna do now? He's gonna clean the floor with that.
He's gonna start
It's a broom.
doing some push-ups.
An Nvidia broom.
Well, we will let him sweep up the floor there, and we're going to check out as we go through this year. We do our watch parties. We are judging everything, and I'm telling you, less is more. Sometimes less is more.
Less
Take
is
heed.
more.
Take heed, Jensen. Less is more.
Yeah.
On behalf of DJ Wiz, otherwise known as Dave Smith, I'm Brent Leary.
I'm Paul Greenberg.
We are the CRM Playaz, and we're not even going to bring Minnie into this. She's asleep.
No.
After all,
She's sound asleep. We can't wake her up.
we will see you Thursday.